Medical advances and innovation in the field of genetics are beginning to transform the lives of people living with rare diseases. PTC Therapeutics is one of the companies at the forefront of the advances for the past 25 years and has been uncovering the genetic mechanisms behind rare conditions in order to treat their cause and not just their symptoms.
Our genes provide the building blocks for exactly who we are. And just like model bricks, even the smallest defect can affect their foundations.
Tell me what Duchenne is.
It's like a disability that weakens your muscles a little bit so that you can't walk properly in the later bits, but I don't think I'm that far into it yet.
Cormac has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is a neurological muscle wasting condition. It's a progressive condition that gradually over time gets worse. So as he's now at 12 and the progression's obviously started, he's finding stairs a lot more difficult. He's now got a power wheelchair to get around school. Whilst he could walk, any knocks or bumps will mean that he would fall to the floor.
Although the progression of Cormac's disease is taking its toll, medical advances which enable the development of targeted approaches may help to slow its progress, buying him time and a more active life than previously possible.
Everyone hopes for the cure, and then you come to realise, well, it may not be as quick as you hoped, and there may never be a cure in the lifetime of your child, but you still pushing towards that. But what you're looking for is any kind of improvement. Anything that can either delay, ideally stop, and then improve the condition. If nothing was happening, then there'd be no hope whatsoever.
PTC Therapeutics is one of the companies developing advanced gene-targeting treatments, which treat the cause of a disease, not just its symptoms. With its roots in academic research, it now employs 1,400 people around the world.
A lot of the rare disorders that we tackle are monogenetic disorders, meaning that there are a mutation in a gene, and that if you can fix the underlying cause of that disease, therefore make some of the protein or fix how to do that, you can actually treat the disease. So in our case, being able to tackle the underlying cause of the disease is actually pretty important. What I'm very proud of is that there were new therapies with new mechanisms of action, with new chemical entities in new therapeutic areas. Each one of those points are what I would call groundbreaking.
And improved understanding of the mechanisms behind multiple rare diseases is opening up new possibilities for gene-based treatments.
The mere fact that you're working on something that could be a potential treatment where it wasn't before is so important to the community. I knew this early on when we set up PTC. It's like, you're not just setting up a company, you're setting up a cause.
But making progress requires healthcare professionals, researchers, and patients and their families to continue working together to develop and test the treatments of the future.
We are seeing increasing successes of the new generation therapies that target specific genetic mutation. When I started my clinical career, that is now nearly 30 years ago, we would not even need to transition young people to adult care because they would not survive. At the moment we transition to adult care more than 90% of people with Duchenne. So I think what we are seeing is that the field is progressing because the technology progresses.
And it's thanks to the advances being made in gene science that the future for children like Cormac is much more positive than in previous generations.
As you say, Cormac's condition is progressive, but day-to-day life for your family, how much is that centred around Cormac's condition, and how much are you able to kind of almost put it to one side and get on with life?
It's the same as any other boy. You'll watch, American Ninja on TV and say, I want to do that. And you're like, really? But he doesn't see it as being a limitation. He like all kids of his age, he wants to be a YouTuber. He would love to be a food critic. right? He's got a very expensive food taste. So he doesn't see it as holding back. He sees no reason why he can't do everything that everyone else does.
I've definitely got this.